Hey guys, it's Main here, back again with another account review. I don't know if I want the camera. I'll keep the camera for this part. Anyways, let's go jump into it. Today we have Idleon's account. This one we're doing on stream today. Idleon's actually in chat today, so kind of a live review. I guess if you have anything to add in, anything you want me to focus on, let me know. And then, you know, I'll take a look at it. You mentioned whole specifically, so obviously we're going to take a look at the whole, see what to recommend. And first things first, obviously, is obviously statues. That's probably something I want to talk about. I see there's a lot of statues here relatively low. So since Zenith statues came out, I don't think you've done statue grinding. So I recommend probably doing that. Going over to the various worlds. World 1 at Bored Beans, World 2 at Sandy Pots, World 3 at Dead Potato Rams, World 4 at Clammies, World 5 at Tremorworms, World 6 at Mini Chief Spirits, World 7 over at Coral Cave Guardians. I think those are all the best DK Crystal Farm statue spots. So go stick your characters there, grind up some statues, go deposit them, especially after you have the post Zenith update. Those give you deposit multi, so you can get your statues up to like around 400 is what you want to aim for, with the exception of like Ka-Chow statue, Spelunking, and Coral statue. Obviously, a long-term goal grind here is try to get Coral statue and Onyx, because obviously they'll give you more deposit bonus, but also gives you more daily Coral per day. So you can max out those Coral upgrades. So very good thing to do. Kind of depends how much drop rate you have, obviously. So Coral statue might take a long time to get to Onyx. That's completely fine. Also depends if you bought the pack that gives you double statue drops, which multiplies with the double statue drops is already available in the game, which multiplies with the legend talent upgrade for a total of up to 12 statues you drop. Also Spelunking, the Spelunking shop gives you like additional statues. So like between like 2 to 12 statues per statue drop is what you should expect, to be honest. For every time you drop a Coral statue. Generally speaking, you do want to AFK these as opposed to farming them actively. It just takes a very long time. Even with 600 drop rate, it'll take a very long time to get the statue to Onyx. But you need to, at some point kind of increase your drop rate through sources like the whole. There's a measure upgrade that'll give you a little bit of drop rate. There's pushing Sanctum. Getting more Sanctums give you 20% flat drop rate, which obviously gets multiplied by the various multipliers in the game, such as name tags or pet companions if you have them. Killing more golems themselves also scales the measure bonus for drop rate. You can push gloomy caverns as well for a little bit more drop rate if you want to grind that. I guess we can take a look at the whole and kind of talk about it. Layer 12, I see people pushing to like layer 14. Takes a lot of kills to do, but the way you want to do that is kind of take a look specifically at the Grotto cavern here, multiplying the effect that gloomy kills have. Gloomy Cavern does give you a little bit of drop rate, mind you, because of an engineer schematic. So every layer gives you, I think, a 5% additive drop rate. This Looty bonus here. So if I go over to the guy here, Gloomy Looty, this one gives you 5% drop rate for Monarch killed. In this case, you killed 11 of them, so it gives you 55% flat drop rate, which again gets multiplied by the various multis we have now available with World 7 and the name tag and gallery bonus multi. So that's one way you can scale your drop rate just a little bit, getting 5% extra by clearing another cave. You have the measure bonus here for drop rate. I don't know if you've done this post World 7, but you can probably get this measure upgrade up another like 20-30 levels or so. You just need to obviously level up and focus on this rupee, get more of this rupee and upgrade this. I would recommend probably splitting your opals more into Belaya. If you have Jark, the artifacts, the Jartifacts rather, the collectibles done, then you can focus pretty much everything into Roseworld to increase the study rate for Belaya. There's really no reason for you to pump levels into Explorer, because it's already been stated to my knowledge that the EXP for Explorer is going to get redistributed similar to what it was for Cavern 11 through 15. So don't put all of your opals into one character. Also, talking about opal investment, you have 315 plus opals. So what you can do to actually get more experience is actually split your opals. So you're at this point where probably your villager EXP multi is insanely high, and you have a requisite amount of opals to where you can do this. So I would recommend at this point splitting your opals. So how do you actually split your opals? So let me take a look real quick at your Cosmo bonus here. So to split your opals does require this upgrade to have more pips invested into it. So you need to max this out. The villager EXP per 5 opals invest in the villager is insanely powerful. I'm going to demonstrate this live. Give me 1 second to get away from AC grinding to kind of show this. So give me a second while I set this up. Let's go take a look here. Get out of cultist form. go over to World 5 in Caverns because I want to showcase this. So I currently do a 25 opal split among my my villagers. Right now, with 25 opals on one guy, it's giving me 51 trillion EXP. And with Belia right now, 699 trillion with the rest of my opals pretty much invested. So this is a 25 opal split. And again, this requires the upgrade here from Belia. This up to 8% per 5 opals invested. Okay, so what you should do is invest in that upgrade from Cosmo, max it out if you can, and you should split your opals. Instead of doing 25, I probably recommend around 15. You'll probably get more total EXP than you would just going all in investment right now. I'm going to showcase this live. So watch this number, 699 trillion. That's the number to look out for. So what is splitting opals versus pure investment is actually a very massive difference, more so than you'd expect. So going all in investment on Belia, this is going to take a while because I have 424 opals to do. Give it a second while I click 400. I can hold down, right? Yeah, I can hold down. Cool. Sit here. Let me just watch and wait. It's a very fun mechanic. Thank you, Armin, same for the follow. Remember, the number was 699 trillion before. Okay. Wow, would you look at that? 662 trillion. 662 trillion. So by me not splitting opals at where I'm at, I'm actually losing 30 trillion EXP on one character because I'm doing an all-in investment. Oh, you can't see the number due to chat? I guess that's, yeah. There we go. That's better. So I was at 699 trillion EXP with a 25 opal split before. Now I'm at 662 because I went all in. So I'm actually losing EXP on one villager, not doing a split. If I split, I get more EXP not only on Belia, but also the other villagers, which is more, efficient. So if you're at the point of, say, 200 plus opals, I recommend splitting your opals 15 on each of the characters and then going all in on one. So 15 on Explorer, 15 on Engineer, 15 on Cosmo, 15 on Measure, and then all in on Belia. Or if you're pushing a specific one to unlock the rest of the Engineer schematics, or trying to get more upgrades from Cosmo, or trying to push the last 15 upgrade here from the Measurer, you can do that. Is 25. Yes, it's good for me because I have so many opals to spare, but for you with your 300, maybe don't do 25. You can do 15 and probably do a bit more. I'm going to reset my opals again here real quick. I want to take a look about 15 and see if that's better or not. The exact math I don't know of. I don't know what's better for me, 15 or 25, truthfully. Okay, everything's got 15. Multiples of 5, yes. It says XP per villager EXP per 5 opals vested with the least. That's why you want to split it to take advantage of this. Because if one character has 0, then you're getting 0 of this bonus. So the number to beat is 699 trillion EXP per hour. Getting close. So right now I'm going to add 5 to all these characters. So 549 trillion. Up to 584 trillion. So that was a, 35 trillion increase from splitting the opals across the characters. I'd say it's pretty good, considering that also impacts the other characters' levels, right? That's more EXP for Explorer, Engineer, Cosmo, as well as me now, the Measurer. So splitting it at some point is actually pretty good. I generally recommend splitting once you're past level, once you have at least 200 opals, because it's more or less a quality of life thing. It may not be mathematically accurate or efficient at that point, but it gets you into the habit, or rather it allows you to kind of split the EXP a little bit better. And, you know, leveling up everything at once when you're deep into the hole, at least cavern 15, honestly is probably the better thing to do for your sanity, as opposed to resetting, going all in all the time. So when you get 200 plus opals, I recommend the split. I recommend starting the split at 15 opals on your characters. And then once you get into like 300, 350, experiment with 20, experiment with 25, see if it's better. But obviously I still have a bunch of opals here, so I'm going to save 20. So already I'm past or near where I was before. So I might be able to get this up to 25 and get a little bit better. I don't know how much extra EXP I might be getting if I... So I was at 699 trillion before, so 40 trillion. I don't think I'm going to get that with an extra 10, so I'm going to go 5 here. I might not, who knows. But now I'm sitting at 699 trillion. So again, going split opals for me is more EXP than going all in, because it seems like this measure bonus is behaving in a different ways. It could be a separate multiplier. It could be, you know, something different with village EXP. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So yeah, moral of the story is at some point splitting opals is better than going all in. When you're early on the whole pre-200 opals, I probably recommend going all in. But after 200, doing the split method's good. And remember, it does require this upgrade here, equal spread from Cosmo, to actually work. Without this, splitting opals does nothing, and you're kind of wasting points. So don't worry about it. Cool. Okay, moving away from that. Figure back on desktop view. Cool. So yeah, make sure to upgrade this. Make sure to actually split your opals in increments of 5, because this bonus increases with that 5 increment. I also recommend probably focusing more points into the village magic here, so you can actually take points away from like forge capacity. It just kind of depends if you are, you know, relying on it. Like if you're actually doing like vial grinding or something, you want this upgrade. But if you're not and trying to level up villager EXP, and to be honest, I think in the short term you probably should take points away from forge capacity and put it into the villager split, because obviously you can hold off on vial grinding a little bit for God Shard or Dreadlow or whatever. Sure, maybe, I don't know. And then you can probably get a little bit more Jar Ruby multi or something. Yeah. Also, what's the current ballot bonus right now? $3D printer. I guess you could technically, you could take away from the ballot bonus multi if you really want to, because this week's not that impactful. And then you can actually do the most opal dump into Cosmo to level up and get more like Cosmo upgrades, and then spend those back into ballot bonus, right? Or you can spend that back into into Belaya and get more study rate, right? But yeah, going back to what we're talking about before, which was drop rate. The other way to scale drop rate is from Sanctum. So Sanctum has essentially 2 ways to scale drop rate. One, killing golems itself levels up the measure upgrade. It increases the bonus here from this last one because it requires golem kills. So getting a bunch more drop, I wouldn't say a bunch more, but it's a little bit extra flat drop rate, which again gets multiplied if you have drop rate multi. And then obviously progressing the Sanctum itself is a way to get drop rate. Again, there's just a measure schematic that's more impactful than the Grotto here. The Grotto gives you 5% per monarch killed versus Sanctum gives you 20%. So it is a 4 times increase over that base amount, but this is base drop rate, which again gets multiplied by drop rate multi. So 340% because you cleared 17 total layers of it. You can push this higher. The end game goal for Golem at this point is try to get to Sanctum 40. You can get to 30 relatively easily. It does take a lot of effort and you clicking. The general goal for Golem, the mechanic here, is to level up Illuminate. Amplify just seemingly just doesn't work that well, so it's kind of worthless to put torches into here. But if this, I actually don't know how this works or if it works even, but I know mob respawn just doesn't work for golems, so you don't really care about it. You want to spend most of your points into Illuminate. As you push into like Sanctum 30 plus, pushing Illuminate to 20 times, 22, 25 times is absolutely necessary. And the goal with searching is pretty much the exact same as you'd expect with gaming. I remember back in the day with gaming, the way to unlock things like the chemical plant was pretty much just upgrade whenever you have points into it. Exact same thing. If you have torches, you want to pretty much upgrade search, unless you're upgrading illuminate, obviously, right? So you want to get your illuminate to the point where you're happy with it, like 20 to 20 times if you're in the 30 plus layer range. And then you just want to click on search. Even if it has a 0% visual amount for the golems, you still want to do it because it actually is just rounding down to 0.00, but visually at least. But in the actual game code, it's not a 0% chance to actually find the next golem. So similar to pretty much anything else in this game, at 0% is basically nothing, right? It's not nothing. So just click on search, and the goal is get lucky. And as you get higher layers of the Sanctum, that's pretty much what you want to rely on. It's just trying to brute force it at very low search percent chance. So it's going to take a lot of clicking, but it's absolutely worth it for the amount of drop rate that you get. Okay, and that's one way you can kind of scale that. Cool. Also, as you kill golems, you drop Dragon Warrior statues. If you AFK there to get more golem kills, highly recommend that, by the way, to get more Dragon Warrior statue level, because Dragon Warrior statue is insane, especially because of Zenith statue bonus, and it's going to impact the daily coral you get, the spelunking EXP, and pretty much everything else, because statues apply to a vast majority of your account. And getting up to 400 Dragon Warrior statue, 450 I've seen people push, is really, really good, because obviously the statue bonus is a multiplier to pretty much every good game mechanic. You have mining power, you have chopping, catching, boost food, especially for weapon power. This will help you push more emperors. So getting more emperor rounds completed. This is one of the ways you want to. This is one of the things you want to focus on if you want to get more damage. Is the feisty statue. I think I talk about this somewhat infrequently, but the best boost food setup. If you want to push emperor, basically you want to have a setup of this type of food. You want golden kebabs, golden grilled cheese sandwiches. You want cold seeker bullets, FMJ. You want the boost food from the event, and the midnight cookie. If you don't have this event boost food, this is weapon power, by the way, you can replace with bullets. That's completely fine. But these right here give you so much weapon power, and these get impacted by the feisty statue. I can't show you right now because I'm in AC, but this is I think a 100 times damage increase for my character when I'm doing damage push. And this is also what you want to do for pushing Reliquarium name tags. So I talked about this in another account review, I think, where those weapon powered boost foods are insane, specifically for pushing Reliquarium name tag, pushing Emperor. So that's kind of the setup you want to do. And getting more feisty statue is going to provide you more damage. Getting more Dragon Warrior statue is going to provide you more damage because it scales the feisty statue. So absolutely do some more statue grinding. Try to get up to 400 Dragon Warrior statue. So stick your characters back into the hole. Go level up and try to get more statues. Make sure you don't have cluster turned on because that will obviously turn your Dragon Warrior statues into Zenith clusters, which is not very nice. So yeah, talking about Zenith market as well, because your drop rate's relatively low, I don't think this is going to be a huge focus for you right now. But as you get more drop rate, come back to Zenith statues. And what I'd recommend is, in the short term, upgrade double clusters. Try to get this to probably like 205% for where you are right now. And then if you push into the 2,000, 3,000 drop rate in the near future, who knows, there might be more drop rate sources coming out. That'll provide you a very decent amount of Zenith cluster drop. And then pushing this to 305% chance is really, really good. Cool. Okay, moving away from that. Let's go back through World 1. Again, stamps are something I kind of neglect. Unfortunate Exalt on Forge capacity stamp. Okay. Wow. Okay. Dementia Sword, unfortunate. Croc level 25, amazing. Okay. I mean, if anything, I see some upgrades here that you can actually, utilize cost reduction for. Like, for example, Crystalline Stamp, I think you can actually level this up pretty much naturally. So I'd probably recommend using a 90% cost reduction, upgrade Crystalline. You can definitely get another few levels here just with the boring bricks. So the way you want to go about this is to create multiple stacks in your inventory. I think I talked about this in another review as well, but you can make multiple stacks of an item in your storage, like jungle logs, for example, because you need that for construction, to to then put on your V-Man because it has higher material capacity because of the talent in the first page for beginner is material carry capacity. So you can level up this stamp a lot more on your V-Man. You probably get another 20 levels or 30 levels, honestly. Jungle logs, yeah. I have enough to get to 300 Pantheon Shrine. Cool, okay. Take a look at your bubbles. It's unfortunate you've exalted Swift Step as opposed to any of the other ones. You have Drop and Loads exalted, okay. Sample it? Remain cool, man. Hyper... That sample it was said by 3 people from main Discord it was good. Okay, so the reason I'm cringing, I want to give context here. The sample rate bubble caps at 90%, and you can get this without prismaing the bubble. Obviously, there's plenty of sources of sample rate. There's the Royal Sampler Prayer if you're really struggling. It's got a very small amount of EXP reduction, so it's good to put on if you're an early game player. You also have the bubble itself just naturally leveling up will give you a lot of sample rate. There's 2 stamps for sample rate. There's a vial for it, so as you get level 13 vials, you get more sample rate, and it caps at 90%. So unless there's some future update, there's no reason to push it past 90, and exalting is definitely not good. Prowessary is also a mechanic as it relates to skill efficiency. It caps at 2 times. So prismaing it is awful. Do not do it. You can get this naturally with just like the leak meal. That's it. And the leak meal covers Prowessary and you're done with it. Leveling up the bubble like 200 times, I think is also sufficient to get that 2x Prowessary cap. And also you have... I think Post Office Box provides some Prowessary bonus. Star Signs, I think is... No, not Star Signs. But, I mean, the leak meal itself just straight up covers Prowessary. So this is absolutely straight F dog tier. Do not consider prismaing. Honestly, even leveling it up is a waste of your time because the leak meal from cooking itself just completely caps this out. Again, could be some change to that in the future. We don't know. So yeah, Quick Slap itself, this is base damage. Not the worst Prisma I've seen, clearly. But there's better choices, definitely. Especially when you can just upgrade stats for the time being. The DR1 I can understand, like I can get behind its small amount of drop rates. So like not the best Prisma again, because Prisma bubbles are very limited in source and scope. So it's not worth the value of a Prisma bubble, especially since we can't reset them. You're kind of locked into it. A better one is Shimmeron because this is Gold Food effect and it's drop rate. Right, it gives a lot of drop rate from Beanstalk and also gives it on your character if you have it. So this is like an insane one, not only for the drop rate, but also for the AFK gains, the all stat, the total damage, the HP, mining efficiency, fishing efficiency. Like Gold Food is a very important bubble to Prisma if you have fragments for it. Gifts Abound, this effectively caps. This is also a bad one to do. I think it was like 30-40% or something. Like it caps out at, so you can actually get this naturally like hard capped out. It prismaing it actually does nothing. So yeah, but I mean 40%, got it. Smoke, I mean think about this. The 173% Gold Food effect also gets multiplied by 2 sources: Shaman levels and also the secret set. So this is drowned out by Yummy Peach-Ring for sure, but this is 173 Gold Food effect. 70 if you don't have it, but this is really, really good. Also, I realize Twitch chat's not available here in the stream. I think that's because my camera is hiding it. It is. Okay. There we go. All right. That's why I don't have camera there. There are important Prisma options, but for how broad Shimmeron impacts your account, I still think it's a good one to do. Also, the fact this gets multiplied by Warrior's Rule makes it why your Deathbringer and DK are really good for candying mob materials, because this effect from Shimmeron gets further multiplied by the Warrior's Rule bubble, allowing you to get more like Gmush kills, allowing you to get like rare mob materials if you candy it. So this is good because it also gives you drop rate under DK, right? Like this, okay, so the 173 gold food effect gets multiplied by 7, okay? So that's almost 1,000% flat gold food effect or something. I might be miscalculating that or something, you know, close to 1,000. That's pretty good. Yeah. But I mean, other than that, I think your other Prismas are okay. Candle the Goat, I think it's a good one. Tachyon Bubble, I think is also a good one. Hyper Swift's not really a good one. You have Cauliflower Meal, basically covers most of the attack speed that you would need. So not that good, in my opinion. Okay, Sigil. Codfree's not Prisma. Oh, wait, hold on. Actually, that is a good one to do. Yeah, Codfree is absolutely one you want to Prisma. So Gallery Bonus Multi. This is a multiplier to other multis in the game. So name tags give you drop rate multi if you have the Dead Bones or if you have Reliquarium. And this effectively multiplies the multi from those sources. So this is an insane one to do. Absolutely, this is the #1 bubble to Prisma out of every single bubble in the game because of how broad it is. You're not getting any. Okay, eventually in AC, you'll be able to get more Prisma bubbles with drop rate Crossfire, which makes your drop rate scale the drop rate of your Prisma bubbles. So you can eventually do that. Larry first, I guess, sure. This is, I still think, #1. I like how broad this is, and with how diminished alchemy is going to be in the future. I still think Codfree Rules is an insane bubble to Prisma because of, outside of alchemy, how broad this impacts the game. Drop rate multi, class EXP, kill per kill, multi kill per tier, all stat, AFK gain multi, like it's insane. Okay, so your goal with vials is to try to get a little bit more 13 vials, specifically with Wriggle Water, with Scale on Ice, and with Crabamace. Crabamace is going to take a very long time to do. You kind of need to rely on printing for Scale on Ice. So getting even a pretty bad print on your characters is recommended because there's various like print multis you have, right? You have Arctis, you have Harryup, you have there's an event shop upgrade. I don't know if you've gotten that before, but that also gives you a print multi. There's Windwalker has print multi. There's Big Ol' Mole Pet Companion if you have that. It kind of locked out of it now if you don't have it. There's a Legend talent for print rate multi. Drunk Rapture, thank you so much. You have the Gold Relic from Sailing, obviously. So even a 5k print is sufficient because you'll be able to get this to 1 billion. You know, probably take a few days, few weeks, maybe. Same with Crabamace. It's going to take a few days, few weeks, maybe. But you can actually go into, if you have enough damage with V-Man, remember that you can equip weapon power food during the speedrun to try to push a little bit further. You can potentially get to EMC Earl and get a speedrun print for Wriggle Water to get this level 13 faster. If you can't, then you can obviously just print this on your characters and try to get this level 13. Yeah, as for the chapters themselves, you can't really get these to 13 easy. What I'm doing, I want to try to get these vials to 13. It's going to take a lot of effort, but what I'm doing is I'm taking a bunch of the first chapters here, this one. I'm reading up to 8 of them a day. I'm reading a stack of 24,999 at a time because 25,000 is the level to where you can get the 3rd Spelunking lore chapter upgraded, the faster spelunking speed, and I don't want this. I specifically want to target base spelunking efficiency and total spelunking efficiency. Total spelunking efficiency does decay, but the base efficiency itself does not. It scales linearly. So you can actually get a ton of base spelunking efficiency, and over 3 days, I went from around 8 billion spelunking efficiency to 13 billion. So that base efficiency is insane because it multiplies the spelunking efficiency you have there. Also because I have this bubble Prisma, Spelunky, and also because of other, I also have the stamp exalted, I think. I wouldn't recommend exalting the stamp or prismaing the bubble, to be honest, especially if you're low on Prismas. But it's worth it. It gives you a ton of spelunking efficiency, and as you get more spelunking efficiency, you get more of these chapters dropping, which means you can over time get enough efficiency to get these vials to 13. It just takes a long time to do so. So I'd recommend, getting on that grind now. That way, 8 months down the line, you have enough efficiency to go for other caves if they're introduced in World 7, right? Cool. You've been doing that too, Giggle? I'm glad Giggle and I have the same brain cell. Is there a guide for AC Master upgrades? What do you mean Master? Like Tesseract upgrades? I recommend using Idleon Efficiency as a pretty good, actually, condensed upgrade guide, or like a upgrade path. I just upgraded the cheapest upgrade, to be honest with you. Once I got to, I think, Massive on Hoarding, I started utilizing the daily masterclass cost reduction from the legend talent a bit more. I did an account review for someone off stream yesterday, which is going to go up on Monday. I went very in depth about masterclasses there. So when that video comes out, I highly recommend looking at it because I went into a lot of detail about how I progressed AC a little bit, as well as, how you progress the other masterclasses. Or, calling out different guides in the Discord, which upgrades are kind of good, that kind of stuff. Hey, Caleb, what's up? I don't know if there's an update today. Okay. Similar to other people I've seen, remember to go ahead and eclipse World 7 mobs. You still have Demon Blood. This is at Diamond Skull. I don't even know what this is. But remember to get it to Eclipse, because remember, Eclipse Skulls are a damage multi, but it's also a multi-kill bonus. World 7 has nerfed multi-kill because it requires 5 times the damage of normal of the mob's HP to at least get a tier. And also on top of that, just nerfs the multi-kill requirement to up to like 95%. So yes, multi-kill is kind of bad, but it's still useful in World 7. So every little bit still helps. So get your mobs up to Eclipse Skull for that damage multi and for that multi-kill bonus inside the world. I don't even know why I'm looking at that. Luckiest Lad is not a recipe, it's a rare drop from World 7. Rare is an understatement. It's exceedingly rare. It's like WoW Golden Legendary from Hearthstone, Hold on, you don't have Diabolical set. Complete this armor set. This is 20% mob respawn. This is a multiplier to your fighting AFK gains. This is insane. 100% insane. This might help you push World 7 a bit faster and get more multi-kill. I actually don't know if this impacts World 7, but this is like really, really good. So, Geedog, complete this set. Talk to Guy. It's really, really good for fighting AFK gains. Those of you that don't know, fighting is heavily influenced by mob respawn. So the more mob respawn you have, it is fantastic for kills. Okay, hats. So there are 2 hats here. There's a few hats here I see you can actually... Okay. I'm pretty sure one of these is craftable. Yeah, there you go. You have Honker hat. So you have one hat that you can craft right here that you're missing on your hat racks. This is extra hat multi. So craft it, give it to Harold, give you some extra multi. Also gives you a little bit of extra money percent. These 2 right here are from random events. So you are missing those. So whenever those come up in rotation, highly recommend doing that to help you get extra hat multi. Celebration, I mean, that's event. The rest of these are event. I can't see how to get the honker. It might be achievement related. Oh, here you go. Have exactly 1 million honkers in your honk chest. So this is actually a fairly easy achievement. I unfortunately can't show you how to do it right now, but I'll try to explain it conceptually. Get 1 million honkers in your inventory and then make a separate stack. So put that right here, for example, and then make a separate million stack, and then just kind of like cloud save, talk to not Slab, but like, I don't know, just like take a look at the achievements tab, click on it, drag it around your inventory until you unlock the achievement. That's how you get the recipe. And then you should be able to craft it. Should be relatively easy, especially if you have more than 1 million stack, you are still able to get this achievement. And that'll apply to the other achievements that are in the game that require a stack of a specific amount. You just create a separate stack in your inventory, in your storage, that is, and you should be able to unlock the achievement. Okay, so probably a star sign grinder you need to be. Okay, so you have some drop rate here. This is small drop rate for sure, but this is still a decent source of drop rate considering how free it is these days. Your shiny multi currently is only 16,700, which previous days was okay. Nowadays it's relatively low because there's various multis to it, but Zenith cluster farming will increase can increase lamp wishes, lamp increase bonus. So you can actually just level up the lamp wish for World 4 stuff to increase your shiny pet gain here. If you can increase your crop bonus. So if you haven't gotten 280 crops yet, relatively easy to do these days. And you do have it. So probably the best way to go about scaling shiny pet farming is actually doing Deathbringer grinding. If you go over to the Grimoire, there's an upgrade here called Superior Crop Research. This one right here. Leveling this up to like 100 plus, I'd recommend, because this increases the bonuses from the crop scientist pencil. So this increases shiny pet rate, and that'll help you in the long run because it'll help you get more drop rate, right? More multi-kill per tier, more all-stat, more infinite star signs. I recommend doing that now because they're guarantee you there's going to be star signs in World 7, and you kind of want to future prep for when those star signs come out to make them automatically infinite, right? So you want to do a little bit of shiny pet farming. Even if you don't active Windwalker, you can put them in your fence yard for those level 1 shiny pets and get them up to like level 10 fairly quickly without much effort. And speaking about pets, these are the most important ones. Bonuses from all meals. Meals give you so much like account progress, it's insane. Specifically the gold food effect, it's really, really good. Especially since we were just talking about Shimmeron and how good it is, right? That gold food effect is good for drop rate. It's good for AFK gains, all stat, damage, HP, mining efficiency, fishing efficiency, skill EXP, ton of stuff. So highly recommend trying to get these specific pets level 20. If anything, if you do active Windwalker, make sure you have half your fence yard with red mushroom, half your fence yard with sheepy, and try to max these at a level 20 because this is a multiplier to meal bonuses, and it's one of the main reasons people push endless summoning outside of obviously max level for Equinox. Like, this is insanely powerful and very, very important, and this is how you get high gold food effect. If I go to my beanstalk, I'm roughly 30k percent gold food effect on a warrior because of all the meal bonuses here and how much yummy peach ring impacts gold food effect. Okay, pretty decent tone points. Okay, have not yet finished sailing, so make sure to finish sailing. Okay, pretty decent blessing bonus. Okay. It's just kind of skipping over things. I don't think you need too much. Okay. Timmy Talented is good. Honestly, at this point, I think it's just a mix of snail level, maybe. Okay, not snail level. I guess nugget. That's about it. 4 billion nugget. Okay, I guess it's not nugget. Not snail. You should be able to get Timmy Talented fairly quickly, to be honest with you. I got this at worse odds, at worse stats than you, so you should be able to get Timmy talented fairly quickly. He's a 46 snail with a 4 billion nugget. I guess bravery, the monument itself, maybe. Yeah, this Timmy talented should be fairly free for you, to be completely honest with you. What's your shell rank? Can't tell. If you can't get it, then there's a few things I recommend. So I would probably turn off palette. I recommend turning off palette. I recommend going to World 5 Town, and I recommend doing like instant gaming. So instant gaming is still a thing. It requires a lot of investment through palette specifically. There's growth speed here. 2 palette upgrades. There's chartreuse and there's minty blue. These are fairly high levels. You should be able to do instant gaming. So go to World 5 Town. Well, you can go out of World 5 Town first. Remember to turn off Kitsune at this point. Turn off palette. Go to World 5 Town and do instant gaming for like, I don't know, like maybe 20 minutes. At most, you should be able to get this at level. You should be able to finish and get Timmy talented fairly easily. And the reason you turn off Kitsune is because of how much growth speed you have because of palette. You pretty much get max tier crops instantly, even with Kitsune off. The reason you want palette off is because it's a 100 times slower growth speed. So you definitely want to turn this off. Turn Kitsune off. And go to World 5 Town and just go ham, because you have a 4 billion nugget and 46 snail. I don't see any reason why you don't have Timmy talented. Also, you have 72 logbook, but for those of you that don't have it but have the palette upgrades for growth speed, you can probably fairly easily get logbook to 72. Emperor maybe. 3 mid gain, summoner win bonus. Okay, 101's not bad. Again, going back to the gold food discussion we had, or weapon power and boost food, once you get Feasty statue up and Dragon Warrior statue up, you can probably clear more Emperors, so make sure to do that. I recommend getting your various beanstalk stuff up to, the max, getting to 1 million. You have 1 million gold pies, 1 million gold dumplings, 1 million gold hamburger gummies. It's just like free beanstalk you can just complete for completionist sake. But for other stuff, it's really important. Like the gold peanuts, having 1 million on the beanstalk is really good. The golden bread having 100k. Apparently having 1 mil. Yeah. The AFK gain you get from golden dumplings is pretty good. You can also candy some of this stuff. Make sure to candy the perler shells. Make sure to candy the moon moons. Make sure to candy and try to get more golden cakes. If you don't have the recipe, unfortunate. I guess just try. I don't know. How do you get the unlock for dropping 1 mil stacks? It is at the Litterfish map in World 7. It's a quest line from one of the NPCs there. Okay, so you're at 15 QQ power. You should be able to complete the this guy right here. The potion setup I recommend is this. Don't pop the green potion until you get deeper into the depths. But the reason you want this is to help you save on stamina. You want this to help you save on stamina. You want this to help you clear the waves a little bit faster. And you can use this when you're near the boss to try to get that power bonus to kill it. Make sure do not progress on auto. The reason you don't want to progress on auto is because it doesn't let you get where is the upgrade? It's somewhere over here. I don't know where it is. There's an upgrade within spelunking that makes it so here it is. You get extra potions. Every 5th depth that you clear, there's one object will hold a potion. You want to make sure you stop on those 5th floors until you get the potion. Okay, very, very important to help you scale your shadow strikes, but also allow you to get more stamina protection. You generally can clear Cave 7 around. I did it at 12 QQ. People have done it at much lower. I would recommend doing it at 12 QQ and having all characters slotted in at least around like 1,000 stamina. Just to kind of overkill it. Because even at 12 QQ power, it took me a very long time to kill it, and I wasted about 7 characters worth of stamina. So it does take a lot of effort, a lot of luck, but that's the best way to go about it. If you want to save off a little bit and wait until you get higher power, that's also completely fine. I probably recommend doing a little bit of lore chapter farming, trying to get more spelunking power through this, trying to upgrade your construction shrines, trying to get more slab done to get you more spelunking power as well, getting more discoveries, getting more grand discoveries, upgrading your shop bonuses for power, stuff like that, right? Incremental stuff. But you're at 15 QQ. I think you should be more than fine, especially if you have like at least 8 characters with 1k plus stamina. Okay, you have a lot of drop rate you can get from greatest drop party ever. Like this is a lot of additive drop rate. This is also a lot of additive gold food. Like these should be no-brainers that you want to put legend points into because of how much they give you. Like it's really, really good. Okay. Is it even good? I'm gonna pause and let you think about it. This is 500% flat drop rate that gets multiplied. So if you have 20% drop rate multi, no, it's not. No, it's 20x drop rate. So 20x times 1.2, that's 24 drop rate. 24 in that. If you have a 20% drop rate multi, this is additive to like the stuff that's normally additive, not the multipliers. This gets multiplied. Similar to the gold food bonus, this is really good because this gives you more drop rate as well. So don't listen to main chord, to be honest. I feel like there's people that troll there all the time. I mean, that was evident in the fact they told you to Prisma sample it of all bubbles. Greatest drop party ever and Medusian Appetite are insane for drop rate. Okay, last upgrade here for Tome is World 3 skill percent, so obviously the gallery bonus here is really good because it gives you drop rate multi, so really, really good. And we're level 5, okay. Cool, okay, well, Guido, is there anything else you want me to go over real quick before I go ahead and end the review? Let me know. In the meantime, I'm going to be scrolling through AC weapons. 764 dog exp gain. Okay, sure. Probably biggest source of that. Hey, Zerfsers, thank you for the T1. Best source, that's Pantheon Shrine, honestly, like fairly easily. This gives you a ton of exp. Just takes a long time to complete, but this is a true class exp multi. You also have Justice, gives you additive class exp, but it gets multiplied by class exp multi. You have this character, Talents. You have the Slayer Abomination. This is class exp multi. You have to make sure that obviously you've killed the abominations. Okay, you've killed all the abominations. That's good. Wow. Okay. Well, you're missing a ton of class exp here. I mean, that. There you go. Get your Justice 24k, and then do this reward multi here, and get a ton of class exp. Like this is additive. Yes, it's a lot. The bubble gets drowned out by Justice, to be honest. So yes, you have grind time, sure, but it's probably more time efficient to do Justice, to be honest. Okay, not bad. Not bad. Get Justice to 24k. Cheaper masterclass is for one. It's split across, so 24 in whatever one you choose. Not 24 each, 24 in one, or split amongst them. You have 24 total masterclass upgrades that are cheaper. Other class EXP mults, you have Coral Kid, which doesn't show up here. Coral Kid gives you class EXP multi per god rank that you have. So if you have god rank, actually I can probably see you have god rank. You have god rank 10. So leveling up Coral Kid, getting divinity points will give you a ton of class EXP multi by leveling up Coral Kid. People still level grind time. I don't, mostly because the Coral Reef handles pretty much that for me. Gives me the 150 levels per day. I have not touched grind time since Justice Monument came out. All right. Let's go ahead and stop there.